Welcome everybody to the Center for Nonprofits member orientation. If you're a recent member or if you haven't seen this is to kind of update you on the benefits that your center membership offers you. We are going to go over hold on, oops, I guess I need to advance that slide. I'm Debbie Duncan, the Director of Member Services, and with me is Susan Merrill O'Connor, our Director of Communications. And we're delighted today to have a special guest, Jessica Deborah, who is a Program Officer with the Victoria Foundation. We want to thank the Victoria Foundation because they have extended a generous offer to their grantees to provide memberships in the center for 1 year. And as a result, we wanted to thank the Victoria Foundation, and I want to introduce Jessica Deborah, who will tell you a little bit about the activities of the foundation and what they're doing at this point.
Thank you, Debbie. Hello, everyone. Good morning. One more day until the week is over. I know we're all holding on to that. So I'm really excited to speak with everyone. As Debbie highlighted, we've had a very long relationship with the Center for Nonprofits, and we both have a similar vision of supporting organizations and nonprofits to thrive. So it really is a pleasure to be here with you all today. Just a little bit about myself. Like Debbie mentioned, my name is Jessica Deborah. Pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am a program officer at Victoria Foundation. I have been with Victoria for a little over 2 years now, but I have worked unofficially with Victoria for a very long time. I was raised in the city of Newark. So growing up, I was involved in a lot of the nonprofits that Victoria has supported for several decades, like Project Use and CTY. And then upon graduation, I came back home and I worked with Sadie Nash Leadership Project, which is also a grantee of Victoria. So prior to being an official staff member, I had a relationship with staff members and also with the organization and all of the incredible work that it's doing in the community. And now is truly a privilege to be a staff member. And Victoria, as some of you know, is going through a strategic planning process. We're about a year into that process where we are really working to be a more transformational and relationship-based place-based foundation, and we're also looking to ways that we can really support and power building in our community. So it's a pleasure to once again be here and to be with some organizations that are maybe members of the Center for Nonprofits or are looking to learn a little bit more about the benefits. To share, Victoria currently has an initiative with the Center for Nonprofits where through our rapid response grant making, our initiative of getting to know Newark grassroots groups and also our COVID rapid response, we have extended a free 1-year membership to all of those grantees in order for them to have some legal and administrative support, especially to those groups that may not be some longstanding nonprofits and need some additional support in solidifying their organization and all of the different facets that requires. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm really happy to be here and happy to learn from you all as this day goes on.
Thank you so much, Jessica. We're really glad to have you with us and appreciate hearing a little bit about your story, and thank you for the work that you and the Victoria Foundation are doing in the greater Newark area. You are extremely valuable, and we are delighted to be partners with you for so many years.
Thank you, Debbie.
The center is the state association for charitable nonprofits in New Jersey. Our mission is to build the power of New Jersey's nonprofit community and to improve the quality of life for the people of our state. We have 3 main focuses. One is education and public education and advocacy, where we support the community in terms of public policy, legislation. We also do some research, and we have the largest annual nonprofit conference in the state. Capacity building is management and compliance assistance, as Jessica referred to. We offer workshops and seminars. They're all online now. And then we have publications for you to refer to, and we also make referrals to experts in a variety of fields. Member services include the newsletters, resource lists, info referral, and then discounts or free services such as the free job postings. And there are also cost-saving benefits to which members are have access. Why we're here for you? We were founded almost 40 years ago, and New Jersey nonprofits like you first identified the need for support and for collective voice in our state. So we serve as a resource for you and as a voice on your behalf. The Center for Nonprofits is the only umbrella organization for all New Jersey 501c3s. When I say charitable organizations, C3s are the classification that the IRS uses. Almost every region has an alliance providing this, and we are proud to be a member of the National Council of Nonprofits. And you can see here there are organizations all across the United States, our sister organizations, we refer to them, and they provide similar services to nonprofits in those states. We have a booklet called Forming a Nonprofit, and we have a page on our website about getting started with a lot of information. People need to review this, think about it, plan, have a business plan, have a really good idea of what you're doing before you get started, because we want you to be successful. So this is a resource for anybody who's considering going through that process. We also have, as I mentioned before, we have job listings page. This is a very popular feature that we offer. We get an awful lot of visits to it every month. And as I said, members, it's free for members and $90 for non-members for a month or more. So we can extend it if you want for up to 2 months. Help desk. Okay, you have questions about what you're doing, what's happening, HR questions, financial questions, marketing and communications questions, all kinds of different areas, IT, okay? Send us an email and let us know what your questions are, and we can get back to you. If we don't have the answer, we'll find it and or we'll refer you to somebody who does. We do an awful lot of surveys and publications, especially this last year. We came out with a compensation, a New Jersey only nonprofit compensation and benefits report, and connected with that was a diversity report to see how we're doing in terms of having our organizations represent the communities that we serve. That was from 2019. Every year, we do a trends and outlook survey at the beginning of the year, and we ask how nonprofits are doing, what they expect will be happening, what the trends are. Take a look at that and find out what other people are experiencing. And finally, we did 3 surveys in the last few months on the impact of the COVID-19 crisis. These are materials too that you can use for grant applications, for educating your community, for a variety of other purposes. The one I want you to be fully aware of is we have put together, with the assistance of our sister organizations across the country, going forward, the best practices and considerations for nonprofit reopening. This is very important. It gives you some of the guidelines for addressing safety in the workplace, for dealing with your clients, for setting up your, making sure your office is prepared as people are coming back in. Everybody's in different places with this, but this is a very handy source referral to refer to. The help desk as I mentioned before, is available. Contact us, email us. Members are given priority access. Okay, they're guaranteed a response within 2 business days. Usually it's sooner than that, but every once in a while we get we get kind of backed up here with other things. And very common questions we get are about boards, about fundraising, about human resources, and other needs, technical and planning needs that people have. I'm going to pass it over to Susan now. She's going to talk to you about the value of membership and some of the benefits that our members get. Susan?
Great. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you, Jessica, and the Victoria Foundation. And thank you all to the nonprofits joining us today. I know this is a difficult time for everybody, and you're really at the forefront for our communities, and we really, really do appreciate that. Debbie had mentioned our help desk before, and we've been helping more nonprofits than we've ever had before working through the pandemic. And as Debbie mentioned, if we don't have the answer for you, we certainly can find the people who do. We don't give legal advice, but we can certainly steer you in the right direction on who could give you some information about that. But definitely, make your first step reaching out to us, and we can get back to you. And also on the thinking of forming a nonprofit, check out our resources there. We've got a book you can download, and checklists, everything you need to know. So definitely walk around our website a little bit. So I'm going to talk about the value of membership. And thank you to the members on this call, and again, the Victoria Foundation that is underwriting memberships. It's really a thing that I hope everybody takes advantage of, your membership. You can't outdo it. You can't overuse it. You can send us a help desk request as often as you like, and we will certainly help you out as best we can. So if you're paying for your membership, or if you're going to continue your membership, it's really a great value for not only your staff, but your board members as well. So if you're a mid-sized nonprofit, about 200 to 500K in operating budget, your membership dues are $315 a year. And that includes free webinars, conference registration. We'll talk a little bit more about the annual NJ Nonprofit Conference. You get some savings with some of the insurance that we're working with. There's a Grants Magic course that you get $100 discount on, that 3 members of your team can do. It's virtual, it's online. We're also looking into some health insurance for nonprofits that we're working on. Stay tuned, more information on that coming soon. That's been something that people have been asking us about. So if you could just go back, Debbie, to the one on the recorded webinars.
Okay.
Great. So we have on our website, on our events section, we have the live events that are coming up, which are now virtually for the time being. Hopefully in 2021 we can start doing in-person events again, but we're thinking about everybody's safety, so we're doing everything online, and it's been working out well. And you have access to our recorded webinars going back quite a few years. You can send us an email as a member, and we could send you a batch of them at a time, and you can watch them with your staff and your board members, or share them as well. We just wrapped up a series called Coping in Tough Times, Helping Nonprofits Navigate Through Turbulent Waters. And it was a 4-part series where it was, we had somebody talking about finances, somebody talking about HR issues, employee morale, mergers at this time, reorganization, marketing, fundraising. And as a center member, that's all available to you. And that's pretty recent because it was just done in September. So if you were not on any of those webinars, just reach out to us, send us a request at center@njnonprofits.org. You'll get a follow-up email, and we'll be happy to send those recorded webinar links to you, along with any follow-up information that our presenters had. So if you can go to the next slide, Debbie. Publications. We have several publications on our website. Mentioned surveys before. Members have exclusive access to many of our articles and resources. As a non-member too, we do have some things there, such as nonprofits can lobby, some statistics on nonprofits as well, and feel free to print them out and share them. with your staff, your volunteers, your board members. And if there's something you don't see on our website, if there's a publication that you're interested in, just let us know and maybe we'll put that on our list to work on in 2021. Next slide. So these are some member exclusive resources. As I mentioned before, the recorded webinars are free for members. Non-members do pay a fee for that, but sometimes we do have events that are just for members. We have the Title 15A Revisited, a summary for compliance. This is something that if you're a new member and you haven't received this, you should definitely reach out to us for a copy of this. It's a great way to just really take a look at it, make sure you're being compliant. It's very user friendly, very complete. So reach out to us. We also have a summary of New Jersey fundraising law. That's really important for people to know, especially since, you know, our fundraising reach might go into different states. You really want to make sure that you're compliant with what New Jersey is doing. And we also have bylaws templates, conflicts of interest templates. All of that we have available in our help desk. And how you access that is you send us an email. And again, it's center@njnonprofits.org. And it always helps if you put in the subject line that you're a member, because again, we will get back to you faster and with a little bit more in-depth service. We do help everybody, but some of these, again, are member exclusive perks. Next slide. So I went over a few of these already. Free job postings. Our website, we get over 5,000 hits per month. It might even be more because people are now, of course, looking for jobs, and we have had some recent openings, so we've been putting them up. Some nonprofits are hiring, which is wonderful, and nonprofits do say to us that they get their best hires from people who've applied saying they saw the job on the center's website. And one thing we're really advocating is for nonprofits to please put the salary range of that position. As you know, if you're searching for a job, it is so helpful to know so that you're not wasting your time, they're not wasting their time, and it just gives you an idea. The range could be kind of large too. I mean, but as long as you have an idea of what people are looking for, I think it's really helpful. So if you are planning on putting a job post, take a look at some of the resources we have on our website under the job posting. Our colleague Caitlin, she updates it often, and she's got some really good articles there with tips on how to post a job to get the best candidates. Again, mention the guides in the articles and some of the filing requirements, and we have some preferred vendor discounts as well. So, you know, spread the word about your membership. You help us fulfill our mission to serve you and thousands of New Jersey nonprofits. I mean, when you're joining the center, you are joining a very large network of New Jersey 501c3s. And we also have, for those that are not a 501c3, we have an associate membership, which are the allies, the vendors, those that are reaching the nonprofit community, and many of them exhibit and sponsor at our conference as well. And so there's an associate membership there in addition to the 501c3 membership. Some of the benefits are different, but again, it's just a way for the for-profits in New Jersey to really say that they support New Jersey's nonprofits. So we have this Proud Center member logo that you are welcome to put on your website. You could put it anywhere that you would like. If you're handing out some of the PDFs from our website, the handouts, you can always put that you're a proud member of the center logo on that. So please, we love when we do go on our members' websites a lot, and we love when we see that they've got the proud member of the center on their website too. So if you belong to a chamber, or if you belong to other organizations, you know, put our logo right there along with those.
This is Debbie again. I'm gonna go over a little bit about our current advocacy and public policy. We like to tell our members and all nonprofits in New Jersey that we've got your back. It's time consuming, it's hard to keep up with what's going on, and so we monitor that and we keep you informed, and you're welcome to contact us if you have questions about issues, and also share some of if you run into problems or you know, have concerns about things that you see, please let us know, because if we can be a collective voice where one voice may not have as much impact. Some of the things we're working on currently, are demanding more coronavirus pandemic relief for New Jersey's nonprofits. And we also make sure that what's happening on both a federal and a state level, that the concerns of nonprofits are not being overlooked. We also have some legislation right now in New Jersey to provide for waivers of state contract penalties amid the COVID-19 pandemic, so that people aren't penalized for delays that are beyond their control. That is currently has gone through both the Assembly and the Senate and is sitting on the governor's desk. We hope that he will sign it very soon. There's also an issue. There are issues around unemployment insurance, and so we want to protect nonprofits at risk of being by unemployment costs. And it's going into the Senate today. So this is always going on. And also we have several year long push to institute a state charitable deduction for those people who do make charitable deductions, that they can deduct it from their state income tax. One of the things we do is we provide data. Okay, there are 34,000 501c3s in New Jersey. We employ 324,000 employees. In the state, we're almost 10% of the state's private workforce. We spend $42 billion annually, and we have 1.6 million volunteers providing $5.3 billion worth of service. That's something to be, very proud of, and be very aware of the impact, the economic impact that nonprofits have on this state. The center does is sharing our stories, advocating, educating the public and nonprofits. We partner with people like the Council of New Jersey. You can see our executive director, Linda Zippo, and Maria Vizcarrondo, the director of the council. We have come together to make statements in support of the nonprofit sector. We are currently, as are many organizations, wanting to champion diversity, equity, and anti-racism in the current climate. And the center has adopted a statement. As nonprofits, our entire reason for being is to make society better for millions, better for our missions and deeds. As part of that promise, we have a responsibility to advance an equitable society, to shine a bright light on the harsh reality of systemic racism and injustice, and to actively work against it. A couple of things I want to make sure that you consider. The census has been extended to the end of this month of October 31st. People are still actively working on it. South Jersey in particular, the numbers are not where they should be. They're just a little over 90%, which sounds pretty good, but we need more than that to make sure that New Jersey gets adequate representation, adequate funding, and a good equitable balance of resources. In North Jersey, it's more like 96 or so, but I just heard on the radio today that it was 99% across the country, and I'm not sure that that's really accurate. We need to make sure we get our people can still go online and enter their census information, and there are still people that are going door to door. Of course, another thing that we have placed a high importance on is voting. This is quoting Congressman John Lewis, who is sadly missed now. Your voice is precious, almost sacred. It is the most powerful nonviolent tool we have to create a more perfect union. So please encourage your neighbors, your colleagues, your friends, your constituents to make sure that they they do vote. We did a webinar this Monday with the League of Women Voters, which has a lot of really good information about what's involved with the voting, what the process is, what's required, what isn't, and that is available on our website. So please help anybody you know, send them to these resources. Don't just say just vote, ask them what they need help with. This is the home page. We always have these, our primary announcements, but most importantly, we have the link to our COVID-19 resource page here. And this is something everybody should be aware of. We have our going forward booklet right here. We have references to other more recent blogs and activities, and we have a table of contents so that you can find information, general information about COVID, safely reopening, funding, both on a federal and a state level, employment law changes, etc. So be sure to take a quick look at this page. We also have our membership page where we have information about membership and some of the resources, services that are available. We also list our members so that we have a very long list here. And then we also have some associate members. These are, other than charitable organizations, some of them are businesses, some of them are nonprofits. Other types of nonprofits. And so we have the information. These are people who support the center, and they're supporting the nonprofit community. So feel free to look them up, check on their, we have websites with each of their names so that you can see who's out there and who offers services to to nonprofits. Susan referred to the different benefits of membership. We have this little summary on here so that you can get a quick glance at what some of the things that we offer are. We also have all of our resources here, our publications page, which has our reports, plus a lot of documents that have to do more with what helping nonprofits. What is a nonprofit? Insurance, getting help with tips to involve your board in fundraising and all of that sort of thing. So keep those in mind. We also have several pages of links. So links to other resources. This is the most popular one, our first stop resources, because it has sort of primary resources with different types of themes, job resources, government, fundraising, etc. And then here under the announcements is where you're going to find the job listings. And we have on the sidebar here, we have other resources, both for job seekers and job, people and employers. Here are resources that you can use. And please, again, if you have a job fair or if you know of something else, please let us know and we'll be happy to add it. We have our workshops and events page, which includes partner events, other workshops, and all of our recorded webinars that Susan was referring to earlier. So please, take a gander and see what we have there. And then we have funding opportunities. Don't forget that. Again, there are resources in the sidebar here to help you with your funding searches. And we also have some other miscellaneous announcements. There are spaces that are available for nonprofits specifically. There are scholarships, fellowships, awards, and other public meetings. And again, if you have information you would like us to post, please do send it to us. The center also has a blog, and you can connect to it from the homepage that clicks through. And we have a variety of posts, and here are the recent posts. You can kind of look down the titles and see what is of interest to you right at this moment. Finally, we have the advocacy page that I referred to before. We have a summary here of things to do with COVID, and then we have other notifications about things that we're working on. The other thing you need to be aware of, the last thing here is under advocacy, this New Jersey nonprofit community page. Okay, some of the data that I showed you earlier is from here. And so we have data about New Jersey. We also have a very, very tight summary of our most recent issues and trends report that gives you kind of what are some of the top issues affecting the nonprofit sector. That can give you some guidance if you're writing grant proposals or meeting with other groups to educate them about the nonprofit community. So let me go back to our slide deck, and Susan's going to tell you a little bit more about events coming up.
Great. Thanks, Debbie. We have our annual New Jersey Nonprofit Conference. This is the largest gathering of nonprofit leaders and allies in the state. This year it will be virtual, and it'll also be 2 days. We've normally done it in person and 1 day, and last year we had over 650 registrants. So we really think with being virtual this year, we will get more people than ever before. Registration will open soon, so watch your email. It's really important if you're not subscribed to our email, please do so, and also let everybody on your staff and your board know about signing up for our email, because that's where you're going to get the information before it might even go on the website. So definitely sign up. We are going to open up registration, and members get a deep discount. It's usually about 30% off. We do also have scholarships available thanks to our sponsors. So if it's not in your budget this year, please reach out to us. It's a one-page quick scholarship application that you do, and we can usually turn it around pretty quickly. We do, it's only one per organization, but it gives you the opportunity to come if it's not in your budget. But we do try to make it very affordable. We are now planning our keynotes, our workshops. We're going to have over 20 workshops from every topic you can imagine to board relations, diversity and equity. We will also have some fundraising, philanthropy, marketing, HR, so much that goes on at our conference. And we are going to have some fun ways to network as well. So stay tuned for that. Save the date, December 2nd and 3rd. Now let's turn it over to you. Any questions, comments, suggestions, just anything that you're looking for to advance your mission and how we...
Yeah, we have one question here from Crystal Allen. She says, you mentioned that members can post vacant job postings, but if there are member organizations who have vacancies for non-paid internship opportunities, is there an area in the website for that? The answer right now is no. This has come up at times. We have debated it. It's something that we would like to include, but at the moment the job posting is just for employment because we want to keep them separate. But I do appreciate your asking the question, Crystal, and it is, we understand that there is a need, and I suppose now it's even more so. However, there are volunteer centers all across the state. And so what we often do is refer people to those volunteer centers, and also in the case of internships to colleges and universities, as many of them have programs that either require or encourage students to work with nonprofits and get credit for it. So that's another thing to consider.
And the other thing, Crystal, and all the other members on this call, is feel free to send us that information. Even though we can't post it, we do have a network. We can keep an eye out for somebody who might be interested in that. And follow us on social media. You can tag us, and that's something that we would be happy to push out there on social media for you.
Good point, Susan. Yes, exactly. We can do a lot more on social media than we can do, on just the web page. So keep, if you're following us, send us a message, or email us, and we can help get some information like that. That's really important out to our network.
And we do have a great blog post on hiring interns. So, like Debbie mentioned, our blog, take a look at some of the archived blogs in there as well.
We are working remotely now. We do encourage you to send an email. We always are monitoring that center at. I know a lot of people think, oh, well, nobody's going to look at it. No, that's our primary area. If I'm tied up and you send it to me directly, I may not see it until the next day. Usually we check our email multiple times a day, but sending it to the center will make sure that somebody sees it promptly, and especially if it's urgent, we'll make sure that they get the attention of the appropriate person. So don't hesitate, and do use the email. That's the best way to communicate with us right now.
And I can't stress enough how much signing up for our email, to get our e-blast is is so valuable to everybody in your organization. You can unsubscribe at any time, so feel free to, subscribe some of your colleagues. And we never share our email addresses, not from when you subscribe on our website.
All right, everybody. Well, we're really glad that you joined us today. Give us suggestions, share your ideas. You never know when maybe somebody else did or two other people did, and maybe we can get a group, coordinated or take some action to help address issues and needs and innovative ideas for advancing the nonprofit sector. You're on the ground. You're doing wonderful, wonderful work for our communities, many of whom are really distressed at this moment, and your role is invaluable. We are eternally grateful for all the hard work and the dedication that you're providing. I see one more question here. How can New Jersey nonprofits start chapters to be able to expand the impact of our work across New Jersey? That depends on the organization. You can, you're going to have a base. You're incorporated and you have a particular location. It doesn't mean you can't have other locations. Okay, you still will be based in that location that you have registered with the state of New Jersey. So it's a matter, and there are different, again, depending on how the chapters would be set up and run. If you again, send us an email, we can probably refer you to some resources or get some resources for you about different ways that people have gone about, creating subgroups or chapters, or what's the best way for you to proceed with your particular mission. We really appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate you being here, and we thank you for the work that you do and also for letting other people know about the center and the services that we offer.
Thank you, everybody, and be safe.